those are some of the alumni from 2 years ago program, and it just really, the idea is to see how they blossom over time. And I really appreciate, again, your commitment, even the fact that especially two of you, also two and a half, well, most of you, made it all the way here really to see, to give back. So that sense of giving back, I think, is very much at the core of this building an ecosystem together. So real quick, Neil, a little bit of a, we're going to go as quick as possible. Probably not going to use all these 8 minutes, but we'll be on video. So there are not very many people left here, but there are millions watching us on video. So Neil, a quick background of your company and where you're at.
Okay, so founded the company 2011. We're a company that is based in the UK, pioneering the next generation materials, and we came here 2 years ago. So we'll talk about how far we got in a minute.
Marko.
Yeah, I'm representing Silmo. So we have a startup, and we are building a data management solution on top of Salesforce and ServiceNow platform. So if any users, happy to talk with you and help you more.
Julien.
Yeah, my name is Julien. I run a company called Entrade. We're actually one of the dinosaurs here. I've been around for about 10 years. And we do a really classic German construction business. We build small-scale power plant that can be delivered within hours anywhere in the world. I've been building about 200 of them since we last time met, but this was a great starting point for us in the US, and so always thankful and like to come back to Mind the Bridge.
Thank you. Ugo.
Yeah, Mosaicoon is a managed marketplace for video production, so that's a platform where you can sell and buy videos. And basically, we apply a logic of e-commerce to the creative, traditional creative industries. So it's something that we are still first mover on that. We opened 3 offices in Asia now, and we are still based in Europe, but we are growing so fast, so it's good.
Neil, how are you guys different from 2 years ago when you came here?
We're a lot more relaxed for a start, but
I can tell.
We've yeah, had a suit on last time. We've doubled in size. We've done 3 or 4 acquisitions. We've raised a heap of cash again. And the thing about coming here and the thing about meeting you guys is we realized what we needed to really focus on, and we've just been concentrating on that. So that culminated yesterday, and we were able to announce to the stock market that we'd managed to secure the biggest contract for the UK government for graphene, which is what we produce now.
Congratulations. Marko, you have a different experience. You know, you're part of somebody that moved on since when, which is fine. It's part of the business of startups. What do you still remember from 2 years ago that I think that stayed with you? And I have a little note on the side that, you know, through our mentorship, you found a wife. But, you know, that's a separate issue.
And a baby that was born today.
You kidding me? You had a baby today?
No. Yeah.
Just came from Congratulations. So this is called commitment.
Only
Not
Marko.
just staying at 7:20, but coming here when you're having a baby.
But he managed to get the baby born on the day of the conference. How good is
How
that?
cool is that? We love that.
Yeah, so basically what changed a lot.
I can tell.
So last 2 years in company-wise, we started a new startup which has been growing some 70-80% year over year. So we're still small, but still growing. Personally, okay, I moved here, so I'm living now in Palo Alto, and yeah. So today
seems are looking up.
So
Well, that was your last night of sleep. Congratulations on that.
yeah.
Julian, for you it's different. You know, you moved here in the meantime, right? And so
Well,
yeah.
actually, I moved here and already left again. So this is how quickly we
things
moved.
go a little bit too fast.
Congratulations, and we cannot top this one. But from 2 years ago, we just brought a new product to market. We didn't know where it was going to take us. It didn't take us to Silicon Valley. So we had the experience coming here. Everything was about IT. We were very hardware heavy, so we actually went to Los Angeles. Found a new home over there. But actually now, these days, actually we made most of our money in the United Kingdom, partially thanks to the UK government. And actually just raised another rounds of funding, 50 million for implementing more projects and doing less R&D. And we were actually able to raise all of that in Europe. And knowing me, I was always the strongest, supporter of going to the US. I went to university here. I went to work for a US investment firm. I worked for the German government. I always said, you have to come to the US. 98% of our staff is in Europe. 100% of our capital comes from Europe. And now we're actually mainly working in Asia. So everything has changed.
Go figure. Ugo, you never wanted to come to US, so you probably didn't even need it because you're growing strong in Europe. But how is that different? How is your perspective different from 2 years ago?
Yeah, we moved to Asia with 3 offices there. So probably to looking at a more global scaling is something that we did. We raised 8 million in Italy. That yeah,
it's probably one of the biggest raise of the year.
Yeah, we were one of the most founded companies in Italy. Obviously, we grow, so the team. But the good thing is the headquarters is still in Sicily, so one very uncommon place for a company like Mosaicoon. And so I think that the first thing is to look at the global scaling and just studying this kind of ecosystem. But I'm still interested to learn more from here.
And you got a number of prizes, in particular as one of the most interesting places to work. And I think also, the idea of building a culture that is your own culture, that is not taken from somebody else, I think that took you apart. So you want to say a couple of words about this?
Yeah. We were awarded from Inc.com here in US as one of the best 6 offices in Europe. That is something that is quite unique because the office is in Sicily, one of the best places for the office. Because it's just under a big mountain and in front of the sea, so with the garden tree, something very uncommon, and yeah, we try to apply a sort of DNA that we have inside ourselves, and to apply that in our culture. Probably is different from the typical Silicon Valley culture, but we try to mix both ingredients. So our DNA with something that we trust in digital company, so something that's born here, basically, and we try to mix both things, and I think it worked.
Very good. Last very quick question, one by one. We still have a few very senior policymakers sitting here in the audience. One suggestion you might have for them, European Commission for the most part, how can they help you?
I think the thing that separates what happens in Europe and what happens in the US is just that was raised before, is just the speed that everything moves. And I think the one thing that we really have to understand is how quickly the world is moving, especially in the field where I am. These materials didn't exist a few years ago. All of the regulation needs to move much quicker than it does at the moment, whether that's the UK or the UK and Europe in total.
Marko?
Yeah, a little bit the same thing about the speed. I think the Finnish government has done some great work with the local programs. That some of them, the funding decisions are very fast, and the loans and everything granted are a good condition. But then maybe the next steps, there's still some work to do, but it's a good start.
Julien?
For me, I was very critical of Europe in that sense. I think there are a lot of things we do very well, we can be very proud of in Germany. In other European countries, we still got great manufacturing. It's not all about IT. I mean, the whole world is not all about IT. You might think that when you're in Silicon Valley. So focusing on our core strength, pick up the speed. I'm not so much afraid of the speed of Silicon Valley anymore. What I see in speed, at least in our field, in AgTech, in FinTech, in rural developments in Asia, is blowing my mind every single day. The scale of development they do, of capital distributed to this kind of projects, and the risks these countries are willing to take. And look on a global scale and not be so nitpicky on these little things. They have a global vision, they put massive amounts of money on it, they execute it, they get hungry people to do this. And I think we as Europe, we so much focus about the differences between Italy and Romania and Germany and Finland. If we need to get over that, or we're not even going to be second, we're going to be third, and that within the next 15 years.
Ugo, you have the last word. Should we move Brussels to Sicily?
Probably the last point is the first thing for me. So to think at Europe, this is my mindset, as a unique market, really. And so a unique digital market in my case, but that can work for everything. And so, yeah, to don't look at the difference, but to try to look in a more big scale. Because compared to US, if we look at that as a unique market, is similar. So we can do that. And the second thing is the attitude to risk. So we don't have a natural attitude to risk, to invest on innovation, on big project, big picture. We look more at where is the problem, no? So this is something that we have to change, and that is go with innovation.
All right, we're out of time, so I appreciate that. I love the fact that the wheels are still spinning, and so you guys keep rocking. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.